something. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wrestle Launch Podcast. Here I am talking about wrestling. Yes.
Woo! Yeah, this is your boy.
Hello, Spunk and Macaroni.
Yes, we're
Yeah.
here on a horrible Sunday of pay-per-views. Probably one of the worst pay-per-views I've seen of the year. I don't know. What do you guys say?
Out of all two of them, I still think this is better than the Royal Rumble.
I don't even remember what happened at the Rumble, but I know the Rumble was a lot better than this horrible pay-per-view.
It sure was.
I mean, sure, man, because you got the Elimination Chamber match. We're gonna kick it off with the first match of the night. The SmackDown Championship, Universal match thing. You had Owens, Zayn, Corbin, Uso, Bryan, and Cesaro, and then you have none of the people that you expected to win the match. Then right after the match, you have Daniel Bryan get literally squashed by someone who has creative control over themselves.
Come on. And then we found out Edge is going for Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. What do you guys think?
Keith called it.
I mean, I've called it. I called it from the beginning. Like when we were watching the Rumble that night, I said, "There's no way Edge is not going to challenge Roman Reigns." They wanted to do the whole stupid spear versus spear angle last year, but Roman had to back out because of coronavirus.
Yeah, that was just a.
Like they had to.
It was
They had to fill his spot last year with Braun Strowman. I'm like, ew.
out of all people. It was two horrible guys versus. An Oldberg and versus Strowman. It wasn't a good. It wasn't. It really wasn't a good match. There was no one to carry the match. But moving forward, that has nothing to do with this match. Edge is not gonna. We already know. Out of the points of it, Edge is definitely not leaving with a championship in his hands at Mania. Just by the looks of it, he's not leaving with a championship. And the only reason I say that is, if you saw the way Roman and Daniel Bryan, you didn't let him get a catch of breath, and then you're gonna have interference by one of the Usos or someone. It's just not gonna be very as good as any other match would seem as be. I don't know about you guys, but I give that match a completely 1. Kickoff match.
Well, no, you can't be talking about the Elimination Chamber match. Like you.
No. I'm talking about the Universal title match right after the Elimination Chamber match. The Elimination Chamber match is really good.
Yeah, don't bury the Elimination Chamber. You saw some really good stuff in there.
There was. Cesaro did really, really good. His uppercuts. His there's just a lot of wrestlers carrying that match.
Dude, Baron Corbin was showing a lot of his NXT work. Like he was going real well. Didn't hurt didn't botch no spots.
If only he didn't shave his head.
Yeah, but he was balding to begin with. Come on.
I know. Have you seen his hairline?
I had
come on.
I had Cesaro as the MVP of that whole chamber match.
If you're not wrong, I'm still mad that he didn't get to win the match to go on against Roman. Who eliminated him again?
Wasn't it Daniel Bryan?
No.
No, it was.
It was the Uso. He ruined our dreams. He eliminated Owens. He eliminated Cesaro, and then Bryan moved out the way. Kick, 1, 2, 3. The chamber's going up. Roman comes out, spear, win, and then the next.
No,
match.
He didn't spear him.
Oh, he put him in the whatever his move
he
is.
punched him to death, and then he put him in that fucking chokehold.
And then that would have been a great opportunity for the Miz to cash in, but no. It was just a squash match. So it was just like a basic squash match. Alrighty. Anything you got to say, Macaroni?
Not really. It was just really entertaining. Like Cesaro was like, yeah, I agree with Keith. Cesaro was like the MVP. He dropped Sami Zayn out of the cell. Just missed opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And by Uso.
And then we have the next match, ladies and gentlemen. The United States Championship of a goddamn match. Another disappointment
Whoa,
match in
whoa,
my
whoa,
opinion.
whoa, 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 whoa. Sponge, this is not my Batman glass.
Oh.
Nah, you missed the whole Bad Bunny spot where they were talking about how he's the hype.
Oh,
WWE.
yeah.
Disgusting.
Did you watch? Did you go back and rewatch that? Because me and Makari were watching that on when it aired.
That was the
Because
beautiful thing I ever seen.
because you
Bad
thought
Bunny, Bad Bunny was talking to the Miz, and then the Miz touches him. Bad Bunny slaps the Miz. Bad Bunny walks away from the camera, and he becomes Damian Priest, his final form. But nope, the cameraman had to ruin it. It showed Bad Bunny right behind Damian Priest. I can't believe it.
that was. But there you go. That was the hookup. It was a good segment for the only good segment of the show.
Bad Bunny didn't become Bad Bunny. He just became Nightwolf from Mortal Kombat.
And then we move on to the poorly United States match. Lashley defending his championship against Riddle and Morrison, which Morrison was buried hard in this match. The man deserves more than just getting squashed by a jobber that won the match.
Good.
I didn't hate this match. I hated the end result because obviously nobody likes Matt Riddle, but you have to like this for what it was. It was the start of a really big night for Lashley.
It was, especially when you go back to all the way to the end of the night. But
that triple threat match lasted a good 8, 9, maybe 10 minutes, and Lashley was literally fending them off 2-on-1, just absolutely making them look like jokes. Like Bobby Lashley crushed it tonight.
what do you mean? They are jokes besides Morrison. Morrison, I feel bad for the dude. I watched him 10 years ago.
Them from Bobby Lashley's show. How many times he had to do it to Matt Riddle?
That was true.
Doing that
Wait. Riddle didn't pin Lashley, did he? He pinned Morrison.
He pinned Morrison.
Yeah, he pinned Morrison.
So he got the advantage because Morrison was choked out by Lashley already. He had been choked out, and then he basically stole that victory. He got lucky. He only got lucky because Morrison was choked out, and then he had already tried to pin the Lashley, and then MVP was like blah blah blah.
Well, he beat the hell out of Lashley with MVP's crutch, and then Lashley was chilling out on the outside trying to recover when he hit what the hell does he call that shit? The Bro Derek?
The thing where he like slams himself on the floor with the other opponent, right?
Yeah, it's basically a gotch neutralizer in a tombstone form. It's so dumb.
It's just an odd move. It really is an odd move. Oh, I don't know. Overall, I rate the match. I give it a 4 out of 10.
Well, I thought that shit was dope. You had what was it? It was earlier in the match. Somebody tried to do something on Lashley, and it put him down for like barely a 2 count. It was like a 1.8 count.
It was Riddle because MVP's like, "Huh, you thought you could pin Lashley, huh?" And then he like
Dude,
got like squashed.
MVP is the hype man on the outside was just perfect in this match. He goes, "You thought that was gonna take care of the Almighty? What are you stupid?"
that was really good. What's your rate, macaroni?
I think it was pretty.
Macaroni.
I think it was pretty funny just seeing MVP just out the wrestlers and faking an injury. Just took his crutch.
Took his crutch. He was like, he's injured again.
You know what? I rated it. I gave it a 6.5 out of 10.
6.5 of that match, Makari. What do you give it?
I think a 5.5. 5.3.
I had to though. I had to give it a 6.5. Lashley literally dominated. Looked incredible. Started off his big night, and MVP's hype on the outside was just so good.
Honestly, I think I think it was like a 6 because like later.
A 6. I like how you made it higher. The points higher.
Like you already know later in the pay-per-view something happened.
Alrighty, and here we move to the next match. The match that I didn't really give a darn about or didn't watch. I kind of did. but not really. The women's tag match between Nia Jax and Blazer versus Belair and Banks. A C plus level match. I don't know. I personally didn't watch the match. I watched some hits, some throws, but I know Keith and Macario watched the full match, so that this is gonna be a match for you guys to take.
Honestly,
I actually zoned out. I in honor of the great Jim Cornette himself, I invoked the my whole rule and just completely zoned out because down here in my notes, I literally put the word yawn. Like I couldn't get into it. It was just so dumb.
yeah, I was just looking at my phone all of a sudden I hear Nia Jax. Did she just touch me where I think she did?
My
Well,
hole.
was there any my whole references in this match at all?
Yeah, it was when Bianca Belair touched her hole.
Oh
She
my
touched
god,
her
that's
by
so
accident.
bad. They need to let go. They need to let go of that whole thing. It was a one thing. And it's if they wanted it to keep going, they should have not censored it on like the things and made some sort of merchandise. They would have made a lot of money off of that. But it's died. It's dead. They don't need to do it anymore. They
Well,
really don't.
Like improv,
for the
it would have
benefit
been
of
fun.
everybody listening to this right now, who's going to be listening to this, Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax did retain the tag titles because I don't know what grown ass man in little kid pants is walking around with a bottle of champagne, but he distracted Sasha and Sasha got pinned by Nia Jax, which by the golden rule of professional wrestling should make Nia Jax the number one contender for the SmackDown Women's Championship. And again, yuck.
Wait, did Bianca even choose?
No,
Oh no.
you know she's gonna fight Sasha Banks. It's such a good matchup.
And she wouldn't fight Asuka, even though Asuka wants to fight her. But Asuka is, I still mad at her streak was defeated. She should have still been undefeated to this day.
No, it's gonna be Asuka and Charlotte again at WrestleMania.
That would be really bad.
I don't want to see that. I would love to see another. I'd love to see that unstoppable Asuka against like that new form of Alexa Bliss. I think that'd be fun. But you can't make it cinematic. Like all the wardrobe changes for Alexa Bliss are giving me whiplash, and I love Alexa Bliss, so it's eh.
The fact that she does wardrobe changes in less than 10 seconds is insane.
Well, yeah, but it's all cinematic at that point.
You're not wrong. And here we go for the quote-unquote main event of the match, the WWE Championship.
Technically,
Unless I missed any segments.
it was not the main event.
That's what I'm getting to. Was there any segments that I missed before I called this match? No segments?
MVP in the back, Miz.
Oh,
yeah.
MVP. He's like, if we help you, you help me.
Well,
then we take your title away.
Don't really put context to it because you couldn't hear what they were saying. Like, I mean, obviously that was what was going on, and someone from the Hurt Business is probably going to get that first title shot, but whatever.
I know it's gonna be like, oh, we helped you. Well, now you can help me. All right, here we go. The championship, the match that we all were waiting for, because the first chamber match was horrible. No, not the first chamber match. The outcome was horrible. You got McIntyre, the Goat Styles, Kofi Kingston, Sheamus, Hardy, and Orton. Hardy and Orton were the ones to kick off the match, and then you have a little throws, hits, and fires, back to back with Orton and Hardy.
McIntyre.
What was it? McIntyre was the first one out of his pod.
Yep.
Right? And we already know Sheamus is the final one to be out of there. So Sheamus is the last one to get out of there. You have McIntyre joining in the fight, throwing punches back and forth. Jeff Hardy's just basically knocked out at this point. He was just the filler. Right? He was a filler. He was just getting smacked back and forth through pods, beat up by Orton, thrown out the ring.
Yeah, pretty.
And then finally something rising happened.
Kofi came in.
Kofi came in. Then that's where like Jeff Hardy kind of got some momentum because he started beating the crap out of each other. But just Jeff Hardy was still getting beat up.
And then Kofi had that really ridiculous roll up on Randy Orton and eliminated.
Yeah, that was. No. Wait. Oh yeah. But then and then Orton went whole beast mode and RKO'd everyone.
Yeah, and then
And then this
you
is
had
the
Omos
greatest part.
break off all the plexiglass and help AJ Styles get into the ring before his time limit was supposed to let him into the match.
And then you have Orton and AJ looking at each other at the entrance, thinking that you think Orton would
That
attack
stare
him.
down right there cost AJ Styles at least 2 eliminations in that match.
It really did. I really feel like because when he went inside the pin, Hardy kick out, Kofi kick out, and then you have who else was there? Was Sheamus the last one left?
Sheamus was the last one left, yeah.
Then you have them. They beat up for a little bit. Then you got Shane. Everyone's knocked out besides Styles. Styles should have taken the huge opportunity to get in there and fight.
Well, Kofi
But,
Kingston initially got murdered by that brogue kick.
when Sheamus got in. So Sheamus is already in. Alrighty. Sheamus gets in. Macario, your take.
Irishman versus Irishman. 2 Irishes
Yes.
versus Irish. Scotland.
Basically.
As well as potato versus
Drew
potato.
McIntyre's Scottish, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Drew McIntyre Scottish. Well, Macario, you gotta.
Whoa. At
You
least
gotta
they're
do some research.
potatoes. Yeah,
That's
both
it.
potatoes.
That's it. Macario's getting canceled after this episode.
Wow, he got canceled. They're gonna find your Twitter. They're gonna find your home. They're gonna find everything.
You say Hugh Jackman got canceled. Oh,
Huge.
wrong person. The guy named
Nope.
Frank.
Alrighty, so then you got McIntyre, Sheamus throwing backs and forths. Where you got Styles and Kofi like throwing an insanely amount of great heat at each other. Jeff Hardy got eliminated by. He was just disappeared at this point. Who did he get eliminated
Hardy got
by?
eliminated after Kofi Kingston got eliminated. Jeff Hardy took a little bit too much time, and he got his head kicked off.
By Sheamus. Yeah, there you have it. So basically, Kingston's out. There you got Jeff Hardy's out. The last 3 men. You have AJ, Sheamus who had broke it, Drew McIntyre, right? And then there you have AJ on the ropes. He goes for the phenomenal forearm, eliminates Sheamus. And this is what made me angry about it. AJ Styles had the audacity to get out of the ring, give Drew McIntyre some time. He could have easily gone for the pinfall for Drew McIntyre, but he gave him time to heal, goes outside the ring, goes for the phenomenal forearm, does the kick he does, and Keith, you can take it along.
Oof. I got to correct you on that last one, though. Jeff Hardy was eliminated by Drew McIntyre, by the way, not Sheamus. Like
okay.
That Claymore literally knocked him probably so.
Oh yeah, he had eliminated.
Probably knocked him over.
He was about to. Oh yeah, he was about to eliminate Styles, right? And then Claymore, and then okay, now I remember that.
And then AJ Styles acted like a WWE 2K video game character. Drew McIntyre gained his reversal, and then look what just happened.
Well, that finish was pretty crazy. He went for the phenomenal forearm, and Drew McIntyre literally, out of midair, just dropped him with a Claymore.
And he didn't botch it, and you couldn't even tell that he was going to do the Claymore. He didn't do it early. Wasn't standing there waiting for it. It was donely done, and you heard that 1, that 2, and that sad 3.
You know what? It was pretty good though. Like the match in itself, you got a lot of potential. You got potential WrestleMania matches set up. I definitely want to see Styles versus Kofi Kingston. That looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Nobody wants to see Randy Orton and Sheamus again. Please, let's not do that.
No one wants to see Hardy or
I don't want
Hardy
Jeff Hardy
anywhere
near WrestleMania.
I mean, you can see him in like the United. No, maybe the U.S. title or the Battle Royale.
Put him in the Andre Battle Royal and let Bad Bunny dump him on the outside.
Yeah,
and then Bad Bunny wins. I rate the match. I give it an 8 out of 10. What do you guys give this one match?
I give it an 8 out of 10. I agree with you right there. It's just
Keith?
if we're counting what happened after it, then I would give it an 8 out of 10.
No. We're gonna count the
6.5.
match itself before we go on. 6.5. Alrighty, that's your
6.5.
permanent score. And then the greatest thing in the whole wide world that we all had been waiting for, or I had been
Bobby
waiting for.
Lashley spears Drew McIntyre, and then Drew McIntyre is knocked out.
Bobby Lashley did a whole lot more than that. Bobby Lashley murdered Drew McIntyre.
Remember, he did take him outside, smack him through the table, put him back in the ring, did that one
put him in the hurt lock, and then
from
the hurt lock dropped him with like a uranagi.
And then Macario, who comes out?
Awesome! I can't. And then the Miz comes in with his Money in the Bank briefcase with the ref, and then you hear the iconic lines. Miz gives the briefcase to the guy, announces it, and you hear, The Miz catches in his Money in the Bank briefcase.
And then he goes
immediately for that dumb DDT.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Yeah, and then he goes to pin. This is where I got scared. He goes and pins McIntyre. McIntyre kicks out. I was kind of worried. I was like, please don't make the pay-per-view even worse than it already is.
The Miz pulled the classic heel move that you miss from like the 80s. He immediately went and picked him right back up and then dropped him with the skull-crushing finale.
And scoring that 1, 2, 3. And for the first time when was the last time the Miz held the title? 10 years ago.
Yep, when he cashed in on Randy Orton.
10 years ago, not marking the day, but the year.
And then he beat Super Cena at WrestleMania. with a little bit of help from The Rock.
10 years later. But the greatest thing was we finally have a really good champion that I would actually like to see, but I don't know who he's going to face at Mania. I don't see it.
Kenny Omega.
Funny. You don't
already know. Kenny Omega. WWE champion. Kenny Omega.
Don't invoke that name.
Don't be careful with JR. Leave JR alone. And then, I mean, you just don't see Drew McIntyre versus The Miz. That's something you don't see. Maybe Morrison is going to have like some sort of tantrum where he's tired of being a jobber.
Well,
and he just turns on him.
For Drew McIntyre, I definitely want to see that Drew McIntyre Bobby Lashley fight.
That would be nice.
It's you can definitely say that it's been set up. Bobby Lashley was absolute monster status tonight.
And then you hear Brock Lesnar's theme song. I mean, you wouldn't want to see Lashley versus Lesnar?
No.
I want to see Doink the Clown do a whoopee cushion.
Joy buzzer.
Oh, no. Joy buzzer. And there you go. An awesome strategy by The Miz. Glad to see him as a champion. I give that match an awesome. I mean, I wish he pinned him on the first pin and he won.
The match lasted 27 seconds.
So I'll give him a 7 out of 10. I don't know. What do you guys give the final match?
I combined it with the Chamber. Between the Chamber and the cash-in, I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Macario, what do you give the final main event?
You already know. It's your boy. 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Macario with the highest rate of the night. And that was Elimination Chamber. Overall,
not as bad as you thought it was, huh, Sponge?
Well, after this road trip that we have right now, it my opinion's kind of changed. But overall, it started off a burning downhill to a great sunset rise. But overall, I might change my rating on it, and I'm still gonna. I'm okay. I give it a 4, right? I give it a 4. Right now, I'll give it another 2 points. I'll give it a 7. I'll give it Elimination Chamber a whole 7. What about you guys?
An 8. I like it because The Miz becomes the WWE champion out of that.
We can't do that. There was too much stupid on this show to give the whole pay-per-view an 8. No, there's no way. The women's tag team championship match was boring as shit.
I was.
I like Keith. I like how we're here giving our final ratings for the channel, and there you are just telling all the bad things of the show.
No. I mean,
That was amazing.
this whole the whole pay-per-view as a whole, maybe a 6. Definitely not an 8.
I'll give mine. I'm staying with my 7. I'll give it 2 more points just because of the minutes it's cashing. So mine was a 4, 5, 6. Oh, it is a 6. My bad. I did my numbers wrong. So yeah, mine's a 6. Macario, you give it an 8.
Macario's being mad generous tonight.
Keith. Yeah, Macario, you're being really generous. You really want to see Kenny Omega, the WWE champion, Kenny Omega versus the WWE champion.
Did you give the women's tag title match a 10 out of 10? Where's the leak, ma'am?
No.
Keith, what's your top on this whole pay-per-view?
What?
What's your top on it? Like rating?
For the whole pay-per-view, I'm giving it a 6. Lashley gets a 12, but the pay-per-view gets a 6.
Alrighty. It has been a great 30 minutes of your time. Hopefully, if you're new, make sure to subscribe. If you like anything wrestling, this will try to be weekly. We try to do Raw, SmackDown. We really don't watch those type of shows besides Macario because he loves 14-year-old wrestling. But moving forward, we might try to do some AEW, and we will be reviewing.
You know what? If we can get enough subscribers, man, I mean, we should probably try to jump on Raw, possibly Impact, if people want to know what's going on with Impact and AEW.
New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yep. So there's a newsletter from Keith right there. If we can get at least 20 subs by the end, we're almost at 10. 10 subs.
You better.
We can get 20 around there.
Click this.
We will be reviewing Revolution next week,
Saturday.
right? Next week or 2 weeks?
Saturday.
So. This Saturday, right? We will be reviewing Revolution this Saturday. The match that will bring Sting into retirement again. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm your co-host, Spongy, with Keith and Macaroni. See you later. Make sure to sub.
Click that subscribe button, or I'm going to go to your house and do a V-trigger. All right?
WWE Champion, Kenny Omega.
Hello. Y'all here?
Hello.
Yeah.
Alrighty, y'all. Make sure there's no echoey noises or some crap or broken.
Look at my name.
WWE Champion Kenny Omega. Oh my God, he changed his name. Alrighty. When do you guys want to start?
We are starting out at John Morrison, Ricochet.
Wait, Ricky. We didn't watch that match. No one watched that match though.
What, the pre-show?
No one watched the pre-show. We just saw. I didn't even see any pictures of the pre-show.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. Retribution. John Morrison won.
Wait, Retribution was part of the match?
No, they interfered and they took out Ricochet.
Alrighty. Let's be alrighty. So that's gonna be the first thing we're talking about, or what?
So Brock Lesnar comes in.
Brock Lesnar.
And he starts screaming with his teenage yell.
Alrighty. So when do we start?
Whenever you want.
Alrighty, chat. Alright, God damn it. Alright, okay, we're gonna start in the 20 seconds, 25 seconds.